How are y'all doing this morning? Oh, great energy. My name is Marcel, Fable Price, and I am here to talk about my creative consulting company called The Regroup, where we assemble innovative minds to respond to today's problems. Uh-oh, these slides are all jumbled. Uh, so I help mission-driven organizations take complex ideas and morph them into tangible strategies. What does that mean? What does that look like? In my former life, I was the executive director of a nonprofit organization that I founded, started, and scaled. I took it from filing the articles of incorporation into growing it into a multi-million-dollar organization, about $2 million annually a year. In my last year, in my tenure there, raised a little over $6 million for a multicultural art center that has truly affordable housing in the upstairs, retail spaces on the main floor, and a venue in the basement. We did a large-scale public art project with 17 different murals spanning across the south side of Grand Rapids, all done by Black and brown artists on Black and brown-owned properties with QR codes that when you scan them, they show you how the neighborhood was redlined and engineered. What we do is we take a wildly intentional lens and we create things that can be replicated and scaled by the teams that you have in place. The problem that I'm realizing getting into the world of creative consulting is that, and this is a very West Michigan nice slide, we are surrounded by brilliant people with powerful ideas. We are also surrounded with people who are happy with the status quo and don't want to think outside of the bounds of what has been surrounding us. A lot of what we see around us does not have infrastructure. When we look at our nonprofit and philanthropic sectors, so much of what we do is reliant on a few doors. And if those doors change and close, and when those doors change and close, a lot of the organizations around them are going to shutter. And there's no roadmap. There's no funding strategy. There's no clear way to attract funding and talent. And that is an issue that we have here in Kalamazoo, not only in the nonprofit sector, but in the for-profit sector as well. But we're surrounded by vision. I believe that if we cast that vision, we can get to where we want to be. But the sustainable systems to get us there are not. The challenges that I'm seeing as I'm getting reacclimated and moving back to West Michigan is that creativity is undervalued. And that exists in a wide span of things. For example, there was just an RFP for a mural on the side of the parking garage, right? A lot of people don't actually know what the national standard is to pay for a mural on top of the materials, on top of having that work done. And if we are going to become a world-class city of our size that punches above its weight class, we really need to value creativity at a higher level. When we think about the marketing and promotion that we pay for, a lot of times if we're going to hire a contractor, we can justify paying an amount if it's a construction contractor. But for example, if it's photography or videography, we're like, oh, we like bark at the price, right? We get sticker shock. But there's a reason why our brands aren't competing with the Detroits, the Seattles, the Chicagos, etc. And it's because we don't value quality creativity. Another problem that I'm facing is relationships can open doors, but also close them. I'm somebody who has I'm somebody that has a pretty wild resume. I'm also somebody who spent my entire career being a very polarizing, opinionated human being. And when you do that, you can burn a lot of bridges. And when you spend a time being a rebel rouser, refusing to take certain dollars, before you know it, those dollars can impact your employment, your opportunities, etc. And the same happens with people. West Michigan is really small. People say don't burn a bridge because you'll have to walk across it another day. And that is the fact with, West Michigan. Relationships can close doors. And I'm hoping also open them as I get reacclimated. Another huge challenge is that comfort can limit growth. We get really, really, really content here operating the way things have been, and it keeps us stagnant. But I believe that we can change that. In the last year and a half alone, I've helped a local journalism collective raise money towards their annual giving and create an annual giving strategy so where they can build their individual and major gifts. I've supported creatives and social entrepreneurs with individual coaching and helping them build individual and community impact. I worked with an ed tech startup from ideation to brand to getting on their way to their first multi-million-dollar seed raise. And I've built a consulting firm that reinvests in everyday extraordinary humans. And that's outside of what I do as a day job. What I need from you all, I'm not just building a firm. I'm not just trying to do consulting. I want to build something here that can grow and scale. I want to build something that can move neighborhoods and communities. I want to create a lightning rod for excitement.